Yep, the more I think about that, oh, what happened over at Arco, I'll tell you another thing about that. Susan, when she was sitting in there and I opened up the glass cases, she starts yelling, "I see you over there, I see you over there." And then that other guy came back. You know, when I first went in there, Ice was standing back waiting for that guy to get out of that glass case, that donut case. And then he walked over there to where the stand would be. And then I'm inside of it. She starts saying, "I see you, I see you." And he's then right then trying to open the door while I'm in the thing, crowding me inside of there. You know, I think that she was trying to get a conflict between me and that man. And I wonder if that man was her boyfriend down there, because Susan seems to have her hair blonde and stuff, and pretty little shit in her eyes and stuff, fake eyelashes and stuff. You know, I mean, that resonates to me of what might have been going on there. That may have been her boyfriend, and they're trying to conflict right there in that fucking Arco. And I actually, you know, I looked at that guy when he got up close to me, and I gave him a goddamn look, and he fucking backed off. But then it started right back over at the cash register again, with Susan acting like she goddamn was. I don't fucking like it at all. And I sat there and I just said, you know, hey, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I mean, you know, here I'm supposed to say, "Hey Susan, you know I'm a stupid gringo." You know, I mean, I am fucking sick of the goddamn backbiting fucking shit. And just like that tag that's on my fucking motorhome, that's just backbiting shit. And I think that resonates from cop to cop, just like that Washougal cop over there, Mr. Anzalone. They gave me the $150 ticket for, he said, I drove through a red light, it was yellow all the way. Then, that wasn't good enough. I paid the ticket within an hour, the way I do it, you know, just like that. You could just count on it. And I didn't do nothing wrong. And I even told them when they came down to Steamboat Landing Park about me staying in my motorhome. You know, the guy's riding my ass. He goes from there to there. And, you know, I report something over here. And, boy, they can just goddamn call somebody up at Camas and let come over there and stick a fucking note on my goddamn window. Well, Satan and Eve is fucking onto it. All these backbiting bitches. And by the way, not all of the Camas cops may goddamn know what some of your bad apples are doing. But as far as the Holy Father's concerned, Satan says I'll butcher him. You know, I mean, that's what I'm goddamn dealing with all the fucking time. And these Camas cops knows that there is satanic activity up at 1007th Street and Susan Jane Donahoe. You do not ride my fucking ass, because I goddamn will tell you. As I've got my nuts grabbed by Eve on Friday the 13th, I wouldn't be surprised if Eve and Satan doesn't do that very goddamn job to derelicts. I goddamn put it out there. You know, I've been put through so much shit that I can goddamn guarantee these people, Satan and Eve and the Holy Father, can do anything that they want together, and they could just use a person as no more than a puppet on a string. Just like George may have been being used up there at that bowling alley in Morton, Washington. He goddamn done know what he goddamn did. Because when he started confessing down at the bowling alley in the parking lot, hey, I heard the confession from the D.B. Cooper. I knew what happened in California because I was there during one of the murders, and he told me, go back and look at the photos and stuff, and you'll find me in California, John. My dad told me enough to fucking nail him. This bowling alley was right here, was built on stolen money, is what he goddamn told me. Put my life in peril, and all of my friends. The law enforcement community was absolutely involved in it. I have absolutely no leeway, and neither does the Holy Father. It's just a deadly goddamn game. And you don't play a deadly game with the Holy Father, because the Holy Father will fucking nail you. And I tell you that with all sincerity. If you fuck with my motorhome, the Holy Father will probably kill you all. You goddamn get it? I'm just like held hostage, doing whatever the Holy Father wants. And I appease Eve, Satan, the people in hell, and even you. It's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. I have the luxury of telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But the Liars Club, these here officers, they will lie to me on the most pettiest fucking shit. The officer that came up there over the marijuana plant, he told me that he moved the garbage can over there that was filled with garbage and stuff right there where the marijuana plant was. Why would that law officer say such a thing? Well, I told him right on the spot that I know who really did it. And the man's name is Bing. And Bing lives over on 7th Street. He works in California. He thought he was doing a good thing by bringing a can down there because there was garbage down there. And that's how that can got on that road. You see, people will tell me everything. All that I gotta do is talk to them. And they open right up and they just spill the beans. Oh, isn't that interesting? How the Holy Father's Son has the ability to talk to somebody, and the next thing you know, they're confessing. Oh, how many people's confessed to me? Well, Don Burgess confessed to me over the murder of the woman at the pig farm across from the airport right there. And all the law enforcement officers up there protected Don. Don Burgess, he went up there to where Rick Rife and his brother was Greg. I knew Greg Rife from Mossy Rock, Washington. And Don Burgess, he stopped in a car, and I had my son Matthew in the back seat, and he had a whole car full of people. And he told me that he killed that woman in front of all of those people. They killed that woman at the pig farm. They fed her to the pigs, ladies and gentlemen. And Don Burgess, he was the star witness that put Rick Rife away. How goddamn dare the law enforcement community to take the word of Donald Burgess. I've known Don all my life. He's a friend of mine. But he also put a hit on me of Little Joe in Morton, Washington, over a $700 ounce of cocaine. And there's more to the story. I could tell it any goddamn time I want. And Don Burgess knows it's fucking true. And by the way, Janice Sanders, she's in the fucking cemetery. And I remember the night they put the hit on me, she was saying, "John, will you protect me? John, will you protect me?" And I was saying, "Protect me from what?" Then all of a sudden, Joe comes in the room and he says, "Somebody in this room's gonna die, and it's gonna be you." And he takes a fucking shot and he nicks me in the forehead with the bullet. And there is a bullet nick in my fucking forehead. I shit you not. These goddamn derelict bitches, these fucking cops, and these fucking drug dealers have murdered my friends. They even cut off one of my girlfriend's hands and feet and put them next to Bob and Carol Whitlow's house. B and C. The alphabet murders goes on and on. And this law enforcement community from coast to goddamn coast knows what the fuck I'm talking about. How about Kyron Horman? Disappears from Skyline School. Terry L. You see, they always have an L in the center of them. Tip, tip, tip. Ding, ding, ding. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, you know what? I've seen enough fucking shit. I've investigated a whole bunch of goddamn murders and stuff. I've even talked about the John Bonet case. And boy, when the people heard my fucking theory, they go, goddamn, that's right. And anyway, you have a wonderful day, and I goddamn tell you, food for thought. It's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. I try to do the best I can for the Holy Father every day. Every fucking day. I don't need no goddamn harassment from any fucking buddy. I pay my own ways, and I pay my own debts. Can you say that? Have you paid your debts? Can you afford the cigarettes that you smoked? Do you have to borrow a cigarette? Because if you have to borrow a cigarette, you shouldn't even have the luxury of smoking a cigarette. And those same people that'll borrow a cigarette, when they're done with them, they'll throw that cigarette butt on the ground because they don't give a fuck. And how do you feel today? Because when I don't give a fuck, you goddamn better fucking worry. And I want, what? Peace in the valley. I always want peace in the valley, but I goddamn tell you, when I wanted peace, they wanted fucking war. Now they want peace, now God wants war. You know, and I'm just stuck in the middle of it. I'm the rock. I'm Adam from Adam and Eve. I got a scar under my fucking arm. It's not my fault God chose me and he never chose one of you. Because you would probably be going through the same situation I would. But I was made for it, and you definitely was goddamn not. Now that's just the way that it is. And by the way, A through Z, 1 through 26, 1 through 26, Donald J. Trump, John T. Wright, we're on a direct collision course. It's been handed over to the Holy Father. And how do you like him now? Because the Holy Father's in control. And I have the luxury of the love of the Holy Father. And that's more than anything that I've been ever offered before. And you have a nice and wonderful day. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.